What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. It's 4 a.m. and people are freaking out about our new IB and calling it the next coming of DENGLONG. And I actually don't think that's too far off. When I initially read DENGLONG, I didn't think too much of it. I thought it was kind of cool how it worked. This, by and of far, is on a freaking level similar to it. So let's just go ahead and get into our effect and then talk about it. This is IB the World Chalice Miko, a level 5 water spellcaster synchro tuner effect monster. It doesn't get much better than that. You have the spellcaster typing first off, but also being a tuner on top of a synchro is insane in this game, period. Its attack is 1800 and its defense is 2100, and its materials are completely generic with a bonus. Any tuner or non-tuner monster. How does it get better than that? Well, let's read off the first effect. For this card Synchro Summon, you can treat one World Chalice normal monster you control as a tuner. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn. So it's actually going to give you a further incentive with the second effect to play the normal monsters. And keep in mind, you have an E-teleport target in the World Chalice normal monsters. I'm sure a ton of people who used to play the World Chalice deck as Firewall Turbo back in the day are going, oh yeah, I'm so glad to see the return of the actual normal monsters play. If this card is Synchro Summoned, you can add one World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. Let that sink in. That's a negate. That's World Legacy Crown. That is actually insane that on a generic Synchro Summon card you get a negate that's going to summon to a link pointer and also give you more bodies on board should you want. It is a free unsummoned search for a negate. And it's a Synchro Tuner. Is this sounding familiar to you? Is this sounding like DENGLONG? Granted, it's not a counter trap, but that's pretty darn good, and the negate is going to, you know, be itself, not have to use another tool. Okay, if this Synchro Summon card is into the graveyard, you can special summon one World Chalice monster from your graveyard or deck, except IB the World Chalice Miko. It didn't need to do the second effect. It actually encourages you to play, you know, the World Chalice monsters, which is fine and dandy. That is cool. But man, is that freaking scary. It's any World Chalice monster, not just the normies actually on this effect. But man, you're telling me that it's not having to be triggered by the opponent. I can actually send this for a Synchro Summon and get the effect as maybe intended to be designed. That is crazy to me because you get a plus on summon, a plus when it leaves, and you're probably synchroing into Boral Savage Dragon or something crazy. Now, also being a synchro tuner, it plays into another card announced tonight, so that's kind of cute too. But just looking at this, I'm floored that they would put a card into creation like this after DENGLONG still being banned. Although I guess in the OCG, DENGLONG's at 2 now, isn't it? So maybe not the most surprising thing, but this will be running amok eventually for us in Dane. So my thoughts on this, I don't think it's an exaggeration to call this the next coming of DENGLONG. I think this is freaking insane that it exists. I think it's going to be a transitional piece into Boral Savage Dragon. Everything about this is just nuts. Here's the Dino Wrestler that doesn't really matter to me much at all. A link to Earth Dinosaur, link effect monster, attack 1000, links top left and left. Materials are 2 Dino Wrestler monsters, and its effect is apparently unconfirmed because it's close to the anime or something like that. You can only use each of the cards' names first and second effects once per turn each. If you activate a World Dino Wrestling, you can target a Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, so you would be hoping to do Prankratops, except you need 2 Dino Wrestlers to make this, so no generic applications there. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you can target a Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard, special summon it, in defense position, but its effects are negated, so there goes your quickies. Also, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except Dino Wrestlers. Oh, okay, good for you. Let's get to the other interesting card of the night. TG Halberd Cannon / Assault Mode. This had me off my rocker at first until I remembered how hard it is to actually summon the TG Halberd Cannon. But let's go ahead and get into the Ace Delta Excel Synchro of the TG series that evolves even further with Assault Mode, which is now a little easier summon thanks to our generic synchro tuner, perhaps. So Halberd Cannon here is a level 12 Earth Machine special summon effect monster with a whopping attack of 4,500 and defense of 4,500. Now you might remember the new assault spell that allows you to go into this is a quick play, so you could like do a battle phase with the assault, the actual Halberd himself, the synchro one, and then tag out into this. So 4,000 and then 4,500. That's actually game-ending damage you have access to right there. Cannot be normal summon / set, must be special summon by the effect of a assault mode activate. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn, and it is a beefed up Halberd Cannon effect. When your opponent would summon a monster or monster's quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, banish that monster or monsters and all special summon monsters your opponent controls. So notice the requirement here is a summon period, not a special summon that you have to react to. So you can wait for your opponent to have to use their extenders. You can wait for something that's actually a threat like Cerberus and just pop it off the field. That's pretty darn freaking good. So your normal summon, special summon, going into a link that doesn't benefit you, and I'm gonna hit you there because Reigeki's been power crept. Thunder Dragons makes that card unironically like bad in this format. So if we actually see something like this actually get play in competitive formats, which at first I really thought this would be, and there is new TG support, so maybe. When this card on the field is destroyed, you can target a TG Halberd Cannon in your graveyard, special summon that monster, ignoring the summoning conditions. So if they deal with your 4,500 body, they're going to have to deal with another 4,000 one that also has negates on summons. But when we actually look at Halberd, who's up here late at night, actually climbing perhaps a little in price, it's a tuner synchro monster. So specifically what our new one is, let's go to that young Market Watch layout. A tuner synchro monster plus 2 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Just let that sink in. It takes 3 synchro monsters to make this. You're gonna have to have like Saryuja or something on the field that gives you access to 3 pointers to make 3 synchro monsters. The loops you actually have to go through to get this out. And before there's like some 2-card combo on Lithium's channel tomorrow, but hey. And then this card can't be summoned except by synchro summon, but you know, it ignores it to bring it back like usual as the assault modes do. And then once per turn while this card is face up on the field, you can negate the summon of a monster and destroy it. That's pretty darn good. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can select a TG monster in your graveyard, special summon it, so it even continues to protect you and you know, go towards your investment. Now, in my opinion, all those resources into this make me feel like you're going to be playing TG specifically, which you have a lot of access to go into, you know, a level freaking 12 synchro monster that, you know, you have a 5, and a 2. You have access to that in TGs. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but there's a reason why people aren't playing this kind of negate on board as is, and that would be all these restrictions. So you're doing all those loops and then going into something else. I was so excited for this at first, and then I remembered how hard Halberd is, and if you're going for it, you're probably going for it in the pure deck. And are you really going to go that step further on your build a board workshop? Let me know in the comment section down below if this is what's getting your juices going. But the huge real announcement from this is that we are getting nice brand new shiny / assault mode monsters. And there is one that really already works for us in my opinion, and that's Doomkaiser Dragon. He is really freaking good. When this card is special summon any number of zombie monsters from either player's graveyard to your side of the field. So basically Zombie World turns everything as it is. Zombie World got the new support. This encourages massive floods of Link summoning, and I think it's probably the best. And of course Doomkaiser already helps you climb a tree towards Link summoning, so I really like this one over all the assault modes as it is, and I think Doomkaiser has the most potential. Of course, you want kind of to have negates though, and that's the direction this is headed towards, like all your hard work, but it still plays on the effect of the old Halberd Cannon. And shoutouts to you subscribing here at 4:30 a.m. Thank you. So I feel like this is not as exciting as I first thought, but like at the same time, I'm a fan. Now, if I'm going to go with a card of the night, by far what got me out of bed is Ib, the World Chalice Miko. So yeah, just as we were shutting off the lights, this is insane. This is actual insanity, and on some levels helps us bring out the new TG. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is overhyping it to call it similar to DENGLONG? It searches a negate. It's a synchro tuner. It goes up and gets an effect once it leaves as well. Man, it does so freaking much that I feel like I can't ignore it. And what do you old school World Chalice players feel? The ones that lost the triple firewall. How are you feeling this one out? Just good in my opinion to see her not totally destroyed and evil. And you know, then Gearsu probably has some feels here as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you enjoyed the discussion. And yeah, 4:30 a.m. videos. I'll probably set this to upload at 7 a.m.